Otzelberger's Iowa State team, the upperclassmen experience, the 3 seed in the South. They beat Lipscomb in the opening round and lost to Ole Miss, a 6 seed in the round of veteran crew here in St. Louis. Beautiful takeaway. That's Travis Harper. Harper undercut. They're going to get lit. As Harper hits on the second. And now the Iowa State team had won 27 games. They won 12-6 in the rugged Big 12 month. Shilovich beautifully set up. Shilovich. First stab at it. Offensive rebound. Killian Torre. And then Buchanan can't hit. At the needle to Petrie was Antoine Lorick. Lipsy quickly down the paint.
He's a defensive guy also.
How was your GPA at Duke?
1.2.
Look like they're an athletic team. They got great length and size at multiple positions. They put it all together. Nicely done. This is Torre going to reset for the Cyclones. Now Buchanan, such a skilled, multifaceted player. A little bit of
The shot that I think they have to stay away from. I know they do that, and that's their scouting report.
Jefferson, beautifully done. Nice ball movement. Petrie underneath. Play tough. Fight for it. Jump. And possession out.
See how they react.
Lipsy turns the corner in a crowd. Missed it. Play tough.
Centers in particular look for space, and they don't watch the ball enough.
Tennessee State working quickly. 3-pointer from Lorick. Won't. Dribble drive by Nkrumah and more contact.
Nkrumah's at 17 points a game.
That's going to be a turnover.
Yep.
On an ankle injury, Spiro.
John Banks will be all over it. Nice little dribble drive and finish. High Z. Bench. Nkrumah trying to go backdoor. Threads the needle. Harper off a deflection, and it looks like Harper feels like the energy has been sucked out of the building a little bit. Joshua Jefferson had to be escorted, helped off the floor.
Playing basketball and shooting sports, you rolled your ankle. And if you've ever done it not too badly.
You're not a doctor, you just play one on television.
Yeah, I just, I make things up when I go along.
Here's High Z, turn back. At least for the foreseeable future as they turn it over. Torre. Here comes Henry's little. This is Bateman. Summoned earlier off the bench. Shilovich steps back. And has checked into the game here at the 14:30 mark of the second half. Beautiful backdoor cut.
It's the offensive glass.
Largest lead for the Cyclones early in this game. Catch and shoot. Harper of 3 from deep. Bateman's going to pull, and he connects. Here's respond right here. Harper stops on a dunk. Wait, tough fadeaway shot. Tippin while looking for his first field goal. He's 0 of 3. High Z's going to pull. That's good.
Shooting the ball from long range. I think they're taking quicker shots than what they want to.
Bang. And that 3-point press on Jefferson. High Z takes a whack. No whistle. Gets it back. He's going to pull. It hits.
We opened the floor up a little bit with our guard play, which makes a whole lot of sense. And from a coaching perspective, when you can hit.
Have a potential day off tomorrow. Still obviously a lot of work left to do here with a potential second-round date.
Highlights what he can really do as he's posted. They're getting a post-up opportunity here.
Boy, look at Martinovich spinning and right now the Cyclones. Anything they can handle. Torre on a put
with the team in terms of their responsibilities.
21 unanswered points. Jumper from Harris won't go. Lipsy reinserted by TJ Otzelberger. Feels comfortable enough with where this thing sits at the midway point of the half. Bateman. Dazzle. So the dream of getting to this moment. When you look up at the scoreboard, suddenly you're in this kind of a hole. 20 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Or a beautiful lob pass. Harper, backdoor. So first points for the Tigers in 6 minutes. As they hope. Now Lipsy in the corner. Torre on the box. Hanging. That's good. St. Louis. Bateman from deep.
In the last game prior to the NCAA tournament, he had 12 against Arizona. That was his first game in double figures since February.
Like this, just to continue to work on the chemistry with this team and And even Lipsy was quoted as saying he thinks he's the best defender he's seen. They're collapsing the floor. Another defensive effort there by Iowa State with the turnover.
Bateman pulls transition three.
But the balance there, another deflection with Bateman.
Half at Duke. Trying to push the right buttons here. Boy, contact on a three-point.
They're playing. They just really have great attention to detail in executing what they need to do under the circumstances.
As they begin, Jim, what they hope is going to be a deep run through this tournament.
Well, nice split dribble there.
Loose play by Harris. 11. The Tigers program in the tournament for the first time in 32 years.
There's nothing.
Jim just looking for a little bit of a run here before
Watch out.
mission to Kuma. Thankfully, as he says, I've taken pieces from all of them, to be honest with you, over the years.
Well,
It was State. As we move into the 6-minute mark left. Lipsy, beautiful setup to Plata. Tigers. Nkrumah's going to pull. That's a deep three for Tennessee State. And points.
yeah, exactly.
Torrey's going to reset Plata. Underneath, officials are going to.
And always close future recruits when they visited Duke, Spiro.
No, I think that's enough Duke conversation for the moment.
Whatever.
Just trying to ratchet up the energy level as Nkrumah.
The last three.
And Momcilovic works his way to the center of the paint. That
Duke take is going to go in, and that's the way he approaches it.
little off balance flick. That time by Lorick. Put on him, doubtful to return. Despite that, it has been all
Strengths of what they do as a team have been highlighted. Nice cut.
Nkrumah nicely done. And the officials are going to count. The team playing in its first NCAA tournament since 1994. Look at play to just master.
2-2-1 action.
And Momcilovic couldn't squeeze it. And a rare miss a half. That full court, or front court trapping defense. Harper's going to elevate as a deep three. Momcilovic wasn't ready. Another turnover ahead of the pack is Harris. Buchanan got him with the block. They don't stop coaching.
Nope, exactly.
Beautiful little drive. Boy, Buchanan, the patience.
Where Iowa State has just been dominating.
Here comes Harris. Circuitous road to get himself to
His defender was able to deliver that pass.
Well, Tennessee State guessed the tournament last year. Their bid end against Ole Miss in the round of 32. Nelson, young man born in Miami, started his collegiate run at Polk State, Utah. Otzelberger talked to us yesterday about how amazing to see what Otzelberger has built with this Cyclones program. Look at Torrey preaching.
Yep. And at 4:59 versus 5 o'clock, he figures I'm on the road and you're staff and head coach.
Remember, the winner of this game advances to take on Kentucky. Tremendous defensive piece. And a burgeoning offensive. Looking for some daylight against Bateman. He will elevate and go rattle it in from.
Just like John said, in terms of what Nolan said, you just have to, like they're doing right now, they got to come out and challenge people and get to work.
Your water bottle.
That's okay.
Got to keep you hydrated. Into the corner. This is Harris going glass. And the officials are going to see it. Turn back. That one volleyball spiked by Petrie. Lipsy underneath Buchanan. Travis Harper couldn't quite get his offensive game going. Misses. Lauren stick.
And Iowa State, with this guard-oriented offense, more so now, is really picking them apart again to start things.
Approaching his season high of 15 points. This is Momcilovic coming around the screen.
He had a layup, but he bobbled it.
Torrey left open.
The way it's going right now, Torrey could be the wild card again.
Killian Torrey, Jim, as we get a whistle here at the other end of the floor, had that little stretch Cyclones have done. And so Lipsy, by the way, was the man just whistled for the contact.
And I would add to that too, Spiro, it's one thing to talk about his scoring ability.
Ohio Valley Conference.
You see a good look defensively of the size.
Offensive rebound, that is Petrie. So 62-35 takeaway. Nkrumah underneath. Electric. Of a pep to their step, but still a long way to go for the Tigers. IZ left open. Splash. He's certainly feeling confident and good, as he should, with what he has built with this men's program out of Ames, Iowa. Contender, 20-plus wins for a fourth time in 5 years and a 5th straight trip to the dance.
Yeah, it's built on just basketball in general. You just don't want to see that happen.
Man, hard two-handed flush. Again, they can't speculate on the severity of the injury. But all you can do is hope for the best. This high Z is going to be bumped from the back. They're going to get Harper here.
But off the dribble. And then you realize when he gets into the post area that he is 6'9". So
there's just so much uniqueness
about his commitment to his conditioning and his diet, and we've seen the finished product this season, guys.
And the hope here also too with Iowa State is that they flip to get a little turnover going the other way. Watch this one.
We're going to try to get our crack video staff, see if they can find video of that reverse stop. As Plata has his pocket picked under, somehow saved by Spikes, but they turn it over nonetheless. Their 5th scheme of the day. Bateman!
Look like they're going to advance. These guys, most of them have their confidence up shooting basketball.
Look at Buchanan! Speaking of reverse.
And here we go again.
Here we go. And they are teeing off his last 7 shots. And they have been of the high percentage variety. This is Harris, transition 3. Fisher's going to get one of the best teams in both of those 2 categories this season.
Still 17 assists and 27 buckets.
Here comes High Z. Torrey corner 3, and they can't miss.
At this point,
Joshua Jefferson's injury, major headline from this game as Dante Nelson at the rim bothered just enough as the Cyclones come up empty. Beautiful precision. All right, Jamie, an Alabama team, of course, dealing with that just crazy news. Just an onslaught by the Cyclones continues. So, man, some interesting stories. Sit. Here comes Nkrumah, a little bit of a circus shot. Offensive putback, no. Has just been so precise, so efficient so far in this game. High Z. This season to try to put his imprints on this roster as Buchanan. It just will not take.
Buchanan again involved.
High Z, little baseball pass, look out, Nkrumah. And a turnover. Head of the field, Lorick. Plata, nice job to get back for the Cyclone in a season by a first-year head coach. And again, was not hired on Nkrumah. Nkrumah taking some contact. Some of your second, third string players, some valuable minutes here before a potential second-round matchup against Kentucky.
Yeah, I think there's some.
Remember last year, Otzelberger Cyclones, a 3 seed in the tournament. Took care of Lip.
Spiro, that's the beauty of March Madness, right? There could be somebody. I think everybody wants to see Jefferson back in there.
Plata hounded top of the circle. Look at Lipsy.
Kind of right at the top of the league with in the country, 20.
Watch out! For the Cyclones.
Frustration just pulling him down. If there's injury there, I think they make a right decision in saying, look, that's too close to hurting another player.
Floor, they take that into consideration from time to time?
Yeah, I think they definitely do, Jimmy, because although I was never that airborne, yeah, when you're coming down, that was a decision the player made, even though he was trying to protect himself.
Right.
But to harm another one or put them in jeopardy,
It's not really the intent to hurt anybody, so a good closure to that.
Yeah. So 6:28 left to play. This little nifty finish that's Lorick on. Everyone's going to be asking those Joshua Jefferson questions over the next 48 hours. As Torrey continues his...
He's not obviously trying to embarrass anybody or anybody's team.
Harris elevates. Nice looking stroke.
Like this with any other injuries.
Love to get some of those guys at the end of the bench a chance.
Right, exactly.
In this kind of a state.
Baby, media timeout.
See, Jefferson has that cramp. Certainly hope that that is all what it is. IZ is fouled. Momcilovic going to fire and hit. Day that they lost Joshua Jefferson just a couple of minutes into the first half. And now TJ Otzelberger is going to empty his bench.
Not trying to run up the score the last 5 possessions.
Spikes the assist man in that last sequence. Harper the finish. And nicely
More guard oriented.
It'll be the first game that Jefferson missed this season.
And take it a step further to add to that, Spiro. What if they're not shooting the ball as well as they are?
Three-pointer that time from Spikes. Here comes Nelson, full head of steam to the cup. His final potential taste of March Madness as a senior. Bit of a bittersweet day, a blowout win to get their NCAA tournament bid off and running. Care of Tennessee State in the Midwest region here.